Hi, today we're going to talk about the National Commission of the Retirement Savings System, also known as CONSAR. This institution is very important in Mexico because it supervises how people's retirement savings are managed. CONSAR is a government institution responsible for overseeing the retirement savings system in Mexico. It was created in 1994 as part of a reform to modernize the pension system, and it operates under important laws such as the Retirement Savings System Law, the Social Security Law, and the ISSSTE Law. CONSAR is part of the Ministry of Finance, which means it works closely with the government but focuses especially on retirement funds. Its main role is to supervise Afores, which are private companies that manage workers' savings, making sure they handle the money properly and responsibly.
Moving on to part 2, which are the attributes and faculties of CONSAR. CONSAR's main purpose is to regulate Afores, which are pension fund managers. What this means is that it sets rules and regulations for pension funds, such as ensuring the user's resources are invested according to the parameters it sets, and make sure that Afores send users the required information they need. This ties into the protection of the user, which is the second faculty of CONSAR. This includes enforcement of regulation on the management fees charged by Afores, the kinds of investments that can be done using the user's funds, and ensuring users are transparently informed, such as with the statement of accounts triannually. Another faculty of CONSAR is fraud detection, where they use data intelligence and machine learning tools to discover financial misconduct, such as collusion between Afores and fraudulent account switching. To make sure the regulations are abided, CONSAR is allowed to issue fines and penalties to Afores and their individual employees that do not comply with the regulations it sets. Finally, CONSAR supervises over 8.3 trillion Mexican pesos, and therefore the institution is accountable for around 1 to 2% of the Mexican economy's annual growth. This means that CONSAR is very important in keeping market stability in Mexico.
Now, talking about one of its main strategic objectives, financial stability, CONSAR contributes to financial stability by ensuring that pension funds are properly managed and regulated. By maintaining a stable retirement savings system, it helps prevent risk that could affect the overall financial system and long-term economic growth in Mexico.
The next objective we have is inflation control, which is mainly the responsibility of Banco de Mexico, but CONSAR contributes to it indirectly by promoting long-term savings through retirement funds, because when people save more for their retirement, their overall consumption can decrease, and it also helps to maintain economic balance. So this supports price stability over time. Then we have transparency, which is one of CONSAR's main objectives. And this means making sure that all of the information related to the workers' money, for example, like their accounts, their balances, and their investments, is clear and accurate, and also easy for them to understand. And CONSAR requires Afores to provide accessible and easy to understand information so that workers can compare different options they have for their retirement, and they can also make informed decisions about it. And this is important because it helps to reduce misinformation, and it also builds trust in how retirement funds are managed. And lastly, we have financial inclusion, which is also important for CONSAR, which means making sure that more people have access to the retirement saving system. So CONSAR tries to work with formal workers, but also informal workers, and also with people that have limited financial knowledge by promoting easier access to the information and to Afore accounts. And this helps people to manage their money and also to understand the importance of saving for their retirement. So this is important because it allows more people to prepare for their future, and it also gives everyone the same opportunity to build financial stability for retirement.
CONSAR plays a key role in Mexico by regulating and supervising the retirement saving systems, especially Afores, which manage workers' pension funds. Its main goal is to protect people's savings and ensure they are invested safely to generate returns. Without CONSAR, there could be less control, leading to poor decisions, abuse, or even fraud, which would reduce trust in the system. Even so, it could improve by promoting financial education, simplifying processes, and better supervising Afore commissions. Overall, it impacts citizens by protecting their savings, companies by enforcing pension rules, and investors by channeling funds into financial markets. A situation where CONSAR should act is if an Afore makes risky or unauthorized investments with workers' money. In that case, CONSAR would investigate, review its investments, and, if it's necessary, apply sanctions or corrective measures to protect the funds. It will also inform account holders and ensure their money remains safe, helping maintain trust and stability in the system.